Good day, ma'am. This is Sherina B. Pugata from BE G2. So, for today's video, I will report to you about some topics, basically the history of the computer and some of its peripherals. But first, let us know first what is computer. So according to the internet, according to the browser, a computer is an electronic device that manipulates information or data. It has the ability to store, retrieve, and process data. You may already know that you can use a computer to type documents, send email, play games, and browse the web. So as much as possible, or as we all know that computer is some or of needs of the students right now, especially that we are facing pandemic right now, and it is we have online classes, so some students use computer as a device. So now, before proceeding to another topic, first let's proceed what is the history of the computer. So, mas maayo kung ato sa ila-ilahon kung disagikan og kinsa ang naghimo sa computer. So the computer as we know it today had its beginning with a 19th century English mathematics professor named Charles Babbage. He designed the analytical engine, and it was this design that the basic framework of the computers of today are based on. So generally speaking, computers can be classified into 3 generations. So each generation lasted for a certain period of time and gave us either a new and improved computer or an improvement to the existing computer. So now let's tackle the 3 generations. So from the first generation up until present. So first is the first generation. So it was on 1937 to 1946. So in 1937, the first electronic digital computer was built by Dr. John V. Atanasoff and Clifford Berry. So ang tawag sa ilang computer is Atanasoff-Berry computer, or the so-called ABC. So in 1943, an electronic computer named the Colossus was built for the military. So gigamit sa ding computer sa una, or gihimo sa ding computer for the military. Then other development continued until in 1946. So the first general purpose digital computer was the Electronic Numerical Integrator and Computer, or the ENIAC. So it was built during 1946. So now let's proceed to the second generation. So the second generation was on 1947 up until 1962. So this generation of computers used transistors instead of vacuum tubes, which were more reliable. Siguro sa masagingon kaganina nga ang computer is nag-anam og ka-improvement as generation pass by. So instead of vacuum tubes is naggamit sila og transistors this time, because it was more reliable than the vacuum tubes. So in 1951, the first computer for commercial use was introduced to the public, which is the Universal Automatic Computer, or the UNIVAC. And then in 1953, the International Business Machine, or the IBM 650 and 700 series computers made their mark in the computer world. So the third generation was on 1963 and then the present, or up until now. So the invention of integrated circuit brought us the third generation of computers. With this invention, computers became smaller, more powerful, more reliable, and they are able to run many different programs at the same time. So as we can observe this, or nowadays, that kung ang computer nga to makita karon is mas nipis, mas gamay, but the program is maka-able siya og run into different programs at the same time. So inana ka reliable ang computer karon. So in 1980, Microsoft Disk Operating System or the MS-DOS was born. And in 1981, IBM introduced the personal computer or the PC for home and office use. So, ang uban gani sa mga balay is nagamit gyud og PC. So, magamit sa niya sa office, makita nato. Then 3 years later, Apple gave us the Macintosh computer with its icon-driven interface, and the 90s gave us Windows operating system. So kung ato maobserbaran, mo ni siya ang commonly ginagamit karon. So now, that was the short or the brief history of the computer. So now let's proceed to the other topic, which is the computer peripherals. So daghan kayo og mga computer peripherals, but I will tackle 3 of it, and I think it was the most important peripherals. So first peripherals is the monitor. So mo ni siya ang monitor. Then monitors are output devices. They display video and graphic information generated by the computer through the video card. So modern computers use liquid crystal display or the LCD monitors instead of cathode ray tube monitors. So same sa kung giyon ganina, mas nipis ang kasagaran ron nga mga monitors sa computer compared before nga mga baga kaayo. So next peripheral is the keyboard. So keyboard is an input device and is used to communicate with the computer via around 6-pin PS2 connector or a USB connector. Then it is used to enter text, characters, and other commands into the computer. So it is similar in design to a typewriter keyboard. And the last one is the mouse. So the mouse is an input device used to manipulate objects on the computer screen. It has 2 or more buttons and a scroll wheel in the middle that can be clicked to perform a variety of actions. So sa ang uban is magamit og mouse, dili sila magsalig kayo dito sa may keyboard gid kayo kay mas easy gamiton if ang computer if naay mouse. So as a result of the various improvements of the development of the computer, we have seen that the computer being used in all areas of life. So, same sa kung ganina nga, kasagaran, nahimo na nga need ang computer. It is a very useful tool that will continue to experience the development as time passes. So, siguro maabot ng panahon nga mas grabe pag yun ang improvement sa computer. So, I think that's all. The history of the computer and some of its peripherals, namely monitor, keyboard, and mouse. Thank you.